Here we go, guys. Here's my Woody quadcopter, almost completed. So I've got it assembled, and as you can see, I made a couple of 1/4 nuts just out of the same board or plywood that I used for the frame. Made a couple of skids for the sides, and those are just simply zip tied on. And then I've been working on this camera pod, and that's where I'm at so far. Pretty much all I have excuse me, all I have left to do is get the 12-volt camera and transmitter wiring set up, and then I'm ready to fly this. So I just made this pod out of a chunk of EPP foam and hot glued some, I think it's 1/8 inch light plywood to it. I have my, I think it's a D4R2 FR Sky receiver in there, the wire that comes down and connects to the naze board there. And then on top of that I have a plate which I will be using to mount my Mobius on top of the plate, and it's at the same angle that the actual FPV camera is. That's a 30-degree angle. I just guessed on it. We'll see. A lot of guys are doing 20, but I thought I'd throw it up to 30. And then of course my receiver antenna is coming out the top on zip ties with heat shrink. I'm going to mount a small LC filter right here just to the top plate so that I can connect either my step down 12-volt supply or straight off of the power distribution board for 12 volts if I'm running a 3S pack. I think this is a Lumineer camera, but it's basically a PZ0420, just a Sony webcam. I have, I don't know if you can see that or not, but Sunny Sky 2204 2300s. And I did run into one small problem with the camera and the standoffs. I wanted to set this out so I could connect the wire, but ultimately I need to move this camera back in order to run 6-inch propellers. I've got these 5-inch props, HQ 5 4.5s, that I'm going to run with definitely with the 4S setup. But I built this to run 6-inch props also, and this is a 5-inch prop, and I've got 1/2-inch clearance to the camera. But when I run a 6-inch prop, my prop will hit this camera, so the camera just sticks out a lot farther forward than I had originally planned on, because these are 10mm standoffs. That's all I had. I might get some shorter standoffs or cut a little notch out here so I can set this camera back, and then I will be able to run 6-inch props. But it came out okay. It's hard to mount everything in the center like this and have it all clear the props and get the right angles and everything, but I spent a few hours yesterday working on it. The back here, where I have this piece of sticky tape, that's where I'll be mounting my video transmitter, just like that. And the antenna will come straight up in the center. And you can see a hole I have right here. That's where I'm going to zip tie the camera to this. Not the camera, but the transmitter. I'm going to stick it on there and then run a zip tie around it just to hold it. The antenna will come straight up and then angle back slightly. So when it's tilted and I'm flying, the antenna will basically be straight up in the back. And then on the bottom, I'm going to mount some Velcro here. Whoops, there go my props. Some Velcro across here and run my battery pack underneath. And hopefully, mostly it'll land on these skids and kind of protect the battery itself. So anyway, a quick update on the Woody quad. Work on my wiring harness to connect my video transmitter and my camera to the LC filter, which will mount right here, and then plug in, and I'm ready to test fly it. So until then, take care, and we'll get back with you.